Hello everybody, welcome to Ageless Rock, a channel for megalithic fans with megalithic lens. Today, we are going to talk about mysterious megalithic structures in Hawaii. The sacred site is known as Heiau. These Heiaus throughout Hawaii were used as religious sites and ceremonies, and rituals were performed here. So, they are called Hawaiian temples. Hawaii is the only state in America which is not in America. It is also the only state with Austronesian origin. If Hawaiians were from Taiwan, it would be extremely odd that Austronesians didn't drop by China and say hi to Chinese. Then, they somehow missed the entire Australia continent. If they were great ocean navigators, then they could have discovered America within a century after landing in Hawaii. Why were these great Austronesian explorers never seen in the ocean sailing with the Europeans in the 16th, 17th, or 18th century? These simple unanswered questions can only give rise to a lost civilization. The islands of Hawaii are barely visible from space, but they are nonetheless packed with mysteries. The natives were deeply religious, and mana was an integral part of their culture. Mana is a spiritual life force very much like the Christian God of omnipresence and omnipotent and giver of life. They also believe in Menehune, whom they credited all the construction of megalithic sites to them. Native Hawaiians are deeply spiritual and kept a lot of legends and even remember their ancestral chant that records their genealogy. So how can they forget completely about how the Heiaus got here? You cannot have a highly advanced civilization but forgot how Heiaus were constructed and gladly gave the credit to legendary little people called Menehune. These Hawaiian temples came in many shapes and sizes. It is basically a pile of basalt rocks that locals have been using them for ceremonies and rituals, but yet the construction remains a mystery. Ahu A Umi site has a legend of a giant 11 feet tall by the name Mauka Leoleo, who assured Umi would one day become king. It came to pass and he has the longest reign in Hawaiian history. You can read this interesting legend on your own. This rectangular structure, measuring approximately 28 meters by 23 meters on Google Earth, has 8 small pyramids and 2 lines on the north side like antennae of an insect. Some believe that this site was chosen for spiritual reasons, where it is the central focus of energy where life begins. It sounds like a sacred knowledge where humans were created and life was given like an orb entering the body. To the east of Maui Island is the largest heiau in Hawaii. It is called Pi'ilani Hale Heiau. It is described as 415 feet long by 345 feet wide, but the shape is irregular. So to get an idea, the top of the platform is 125 meters or 415 feet from east to west, and the width from north to south on the east side is 65 meters or 213 feet. Pi'ilani Hale Heiau is the largest Hawaiian temple. It is believed to be constructed in the 12th or 13th century. For such a colossal construction, this mega project should be talk of the village for centuries. Hawaiians should be able to use this concept to build small foundations for their wooden huts. This massive pile of basalt will require a massive workforce over a long period of time. Early anthropologists believe that this is a Wakini Heiau, which is a sacrificial temple. Pa'ilani Hale means house of Pa'ilani. Today, it is believed to be a platform for residential purpose. It is believed to be a palatial platform. From temple to residence is an opinion or belief. We do not know how old this structure is, and the best people to ask should be the native Hawaiians. But they too have no idea. What a strange event of memory loss for an advanced civilization where writing was not needed and so there was none. This 50 feet tall structure, if seen from the north, is like a lava rock wall. No Western civilization will give credit to elves or leprechauns or gnomes if it was a laborious task of passing rocks from hand to hand of European natives forming a long line. But yet, we have Hawaiian natives who gladly say it was the Menehune who did it in one night. If there was a huge workforce for a very long period of time, as what archaeologists imagine, then there should be a huge task force dedicated to hunting and gathering food, or at least they must have a great animal husbandry and an advanced agricultural sector 1,000 years ago. At the end of the day, what we have is a rock-solid raised platform made of basalt with 30 pits, 5 platforms, 3 enclosures, 2 monolithic upright stones, and no story. But the question archaeologists can think of is it a tomb, temple, or a palace? I think it is a product of our imagination that all this hard work is to have a wooden house with thatched roof for an awesome guy and his family and descendants. Ancient Hawaiians have tribal wars, and to have one tribe build something like this is impossible. To combine all the tribes to build for one king is a product of our imagination. At Pi'ilani Hale, you can also find what seems to be rectangular stone slabs, which can only be done by modern machine cut. I cannot imagine how ancient Hawaiians would spend so much time making flat rock surfaces only to abandon them. If they can do this 1,000 years ago, they would have been made as foundations for houses as well. Ulupo Heiau is a massive pile of basalt stones. It is 55 meters long by 43 meters wide and is 9 meters high. The stones are believed to have been transported from Kualoa, which is 16 kilometers away. If this is in Egypt, it would have been a pyramid, and since pyramids in Egypt are tombs, this would have been a tomb. It is a temple because it was a religious ceremonial place few centuries ago. Today, it is a historical site. I think there are millions of rocks for this project and it's hard to do and should be easily remembered in oral tradition. I wonder why the locals gave the credit to Menehune. Archaeologists tend to give us an impression of how easy it was to build one of these. Even to carry over the shoulders is not easy if that is what you do for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for a year. The photo on the right shows that some rocks are too large for one person. That would have been very challenging for Stone Age people. Mo'o means lineage and Kini means many. There is a genealogy chant for this place and it's believed Kwa Mo'o Mokokini was here in 480 AD. But archaeologists believe his existence is around 1100 AD. Kwa Mo'o Mo'okini is probably just a character of a legend. Mo'o is also a shape-shifting lizard in Hawaiian mythology. So, I can also see this as a place of many shape-shifting lizards. What a great coincidence for those who believe in reptilian alien. According to tradition, this site is 1,500 years old. Historians believe Kamehameha the Great was born here somewhere between 1736 and 1761. As you can see by now, this site has no real history. Everything is just a belief with a chance of legend. In fact, locals gave the credit to Menehune who completed this site in one night. With just three monumental constructions from an ancient world so far back in history that we actually know nothing, proves that we have much to learn about our history. Locals can only give us legends and myths, which mainstream can only shrug off as nonsense. Then, European experts insist the locals suffered civilizational memory loss and replaced them with equally hard-to-believe narrative that Hawaiians were extremely religious and hardworking. There are a few more Heiaus I will check out later, and I hope you enjoyed this short presentation on Heiaus of Hawaii, which are just as mysterious as when it was first seen by Europeans. See you in the next video and have a wonderful day. This is Berniong signing out. Ahu Aloha.